Coming up, we join the closing ceremony of Tzu Chi Volunteer Training Seminar in Shenzhen, China. We meet Tzu Chi volunteer Huang Yongxuan, whose life has changed for the better after walking the Tzu Chi path. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Helen L. Thank you for joining us. Due to the threat of a possible Ebola outbreak, the Tzu Chi Overseas Volunteer Training Seminar that was supposed to take place in Taiwan was cancelled and was held abroad instead. To help convey her blessings and well wishes, Master Zheng Yan has asked Dharma masters from Jingsi abodes appeared at the closing ceremonies on her behalf. We now take you to the event in Shenzhen. The first day of 2015 also marks the end of the training for Tzu Chi volunteers in southern China. On Master Zheng Yan's behalf, Dharma masters from Hualian's Jingsi abode have shown up at the closing ceremony. Due to the threat of a possible Ebola outbreak, the ceremony, which was to be held by Master Zheng Yan in Taiwan, was cancelled. Though many of the volunteers were disappointed, they have come to understand the master's love for them.
I actually cried many times because of this. But then I thought, there are still so many people who are being tormented by the disease. How can I be so selfish and only think of meeting the master personally for my personal benefit? Compared to the suffering of Ebola patients, my disappointment means absolutely nothing.
Due to the
looming threat of a possible Ebola outbreak, the Master doesn't want to put her disciples at risk of exposure. The Master hopes her disciples can understand, and to not disappoint them, she has asked Dharma masters from the abode to come here to convey blessings on her behalf. I believe these Dharma masters carry with them the Master's love and well wishes.
At the Tzu Chi Pengyi office in Shenzhen, Guangdong, a total of 467 volunteers from the surrounding provinces and cities have showed up for the event, among which 168 have become Tzu Chi volunteers on this day. The Master's hopes her disciples will carry her teachings of tenderness and tolerance close to their hearts as they walk the Bodhisattva path. There's no better way to start the new year off right than moving into a safe and comfortable home. Next, we join two Tzu Chi care recipient families in Taiwan as they did just that on January 1st, thanks to the help of Tzu Chi volunteers.
Tzu Chi volunteers from Yunlin carry stroke patient Mr. Huang into his new room and place him on his new electronic bed. On the other side of the house, volunteers are putting up spring couplets, officially marking the move-in day for the Huang family. Mrs. Huang has long taken care of her husband and her mentally disabled children on her own. Their home didn't even have a door, but now with the help of Tzu Chi, it's just as good as new.
This home is a lot safer now. They are also now able to live in comfort.
We're very happy with the result. The home is organized quite nicely. Volunteers also brought snacks and fruits to celebrate this auspicious day, moving Mrs. Huang to tears. I'm extremely grateful. With the start of 2015, the Huang family can finally live in a clean and safe environment thanks to Tzu Chi. Meanwhile, in Taichung, volunteers gathered to sing happy birthday to care recipient Mr. Zhao's mother. Mr. Zhao then feeds his mother a bite of sweet glutinous rice, moving her to tears. Mr. Zhao's mother lives at a nursing home, but on this day, he has picked her up so the entire family can celebrate the move-in. Volunteers also give the family with new comforters as part of their assistant package. This is a new comforter. Do you like it? The roof of this house used to leak, but with the help of volunteers, the roof was redone and the walls repainted as well. Starting 2015 off on a good foot, the Zhao family moves in. These sweet glutinous rice balls help symbolize a family reunited. This house is done and they can live together once again. Thanks to the volunteers' companionship and spiritual support, both Mr. Zhao and his sister have found steady jobs.
I have a job now, and the house is complete too. I really love it. I want to thank the Tzu Chi volunteers for their assistance.
Starting the year off right, the volunteers' love warms the hearts of their care recipients with blessings given to aid their path in life.
Last month, an apartment in Puning City of Guangdong Province suffered a major fire. With their apartment completely ruined, the Huang family turned to Tzu Chi for help. Now, a month later, thanks to the efforts of Tzu Chi volunteers, among others, the apartment is once livable and the family can enjoy the upcoming holidays at home.
Everyone gathers happily at the Huang family home to make a traditional New Year's treat. However, a month ago, there was nothing here but soot and ash. The result of a faulty wire, a fire left the Huang family's apartment completely burnt and blackened. The family of 3 turned to Tzu Chi for help. Empathizing with the sorrows of the family, volunteers throw themselves into the job of cleaning up the devastation left by the fire. Thanks to the help of the volunteers and other community organizations, only 1 month later, the Huang family was able to move back into their apartment. Thank you so much for all your help. Without you, I don't know what we would have done.
Doing volunteer work is about giving love, so my mom also agreed to let me do what my heart calls me to do.
Recovering from the tragedy, this family now has a new house and new friends.
Next, we join Tzu Chi volunteers in New Zealand and Taiwan as they hold year-end celebrations to reflect on the past year and give thanks for all their blessings. Let's take a look.
Here in Taichung, Taiwan, a trio of musicians captures the audience's attention with their talents. Cellist Hong Ting-Chi's entire family is involved in Tzu Chi, with Hong's mother the initial spark.
I told them I don't have any dowry for you when you marry. My gift for your marriage is for you to safeguard Master Zheng Yan's mission. For the 2 of them, I donated honorary board memberships in their names. They said, since the money belongs to me, they don't have any objection to it.
Among the audience is Hong Ting-Chi's husband, who is a dentist and also a Tima member. Hong's husband brought his mother to watch the concert.
This is such a great event. It's too bad that it happens only once a year. If there were more opportunities, I'd like to see more.
Whether in regular free clinics or during disasters, our team of volunteers, who are also honorary board members, give without asking for anything in return. Thus, we thought to hold this music event to express our appreciation.
In the same giving spirit, the musicians also played for free, putting on a heartwarming performance. Meanwhile, also reaching out to the audience with music are the community residents of Nanchang, Hualien. The participants from the local Tzu Chi station for senior citizens also joined Tzu Chi volunteers on stage for a performance. Invited by the organizers of this event, Tzu Chi volunteers took the opportunity to once again remind local residents to refrain from alcohol.
When we drink too much alcohol, our heart will be saturated in the alcohol's toxicity, which can affect our heart functions. It will then cause problems for our health.
Due
to the continuous promotion of this message, many who drank heavily in the past vowed to change their ways.
Alcohol hurts the body and hurts one's family as well. Drinking causes one to neglect the family. I think tea is great. It's healthy for the body.
With over 300 people participating at this community event, friends and neighbors vow to watch out for each other as they all promise to live a healthier lifestyle. And over in Christchurch, New Zealand, Tzu Chi holds a year-end blessing ceremony where language differences are overcome by the love in the air.
Thank you so much for the beautiful meals that you provide and also the caring and compassion that you show us.
At the end of the year, there is always much to reflect on.
Seeing the seniors enjoy the food I made makes me happy. I've also learned from other volunteers on the right attitude towards work. They don't complain about the tasks they're assigned. This year, what I've learned the most is the spirit of giving.
The Tzu Chi Point in Christchurch gives those of us from Taiwan a place to feel right at home in this foreign land.
Tzu Chi gives those who are far away from their hometown a warm and loving atmosphere to call home.
For the third year, Tzu Chi volunteers in Burnaby, Canada have brought Christmas baskets to needy students and their families at Vine Creek Secondary School. But first, we check out Tzu Chi's winter relief distribution in Zhangzhou of China's Fujian province, which has entered the 6th year. In total, 1,336 people with 702 households received Tzu Chi's aid.
At Tzu Chi's winter relief distribution in Zhangzhou of China's Fujian province, some 20 entrepreneurs are volunteering.
学到慈济人怎么去付出嘛，然后种种体会到很多付出的快乐嘛。
To be able to help these poor people who live at the bottom of society feel that the world hasn't forgotten about them and that there's a group of Buddhists who deeply cares about them. Such a noble notion can really inspire many people to join in the effort.
Seeing that there are those with special needs waiting in line, volunteers go up to offer their assistance.
I'm disabled, so it touches me deeply that someone is willing to go get my supplies for me.
Zheng Jinglian has just buried her husband. Still grieving, the warmth of Tzu Chi volunteers brings her to tears.
Today is a wonderful day, for you and I have met. We must cherish this auspicious moment and rejoice.
Though the temperature is freezing, a cup of hot tea warms the heart. This is the 6th consecutive year that Tzu Chi is holding their distribution here. They also make home visitations to those who couldn't attend the event, leaving no one forgotten. The temperature is also freezing cold in Burnaby, Canada, and for the 3rd year, Tzu Chi volunteers are reaching out to the needy families of Vine Creek Secondary School.
It's a very, very special gift to our very needy families, and we really appreciate your support.
Instead of holding a distribution at the school, this year, volunteers decided to make home visitations. This brother and sister pair from Iraq has just been granted residency in Canada as an international refugee. Volunteers warmed their hearts with a song and the wisdom of Jingsi aphorisms.
Our hearts from sorrows and pain. Say good words and good thoughts and do good things for everyone. Yeah. And you will have a happy life. This is such a wonderful and blessed experience, and I'm hoping that I could be part of this experience next year.
Actually, Tzu Chi has been delivering Christmas baskets to needy families of the community for more than a decade. This year, many community members decided to experience the joy of giving themselves.
By utilizing the chance that Tzu Chi has provided us, we have reached out to these needy families with gifts. I think this is a wonderful opportunity for us to learn to help others.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
This is my first time to get so up close and personal with someone from Africa. I can see that they are not well off, but yet they remain strong. I have come to understand that it is a blessing to be able to help someone else.
Though it is cold in both China and Canada, both the Tzu Chi volunteers and those on the receiving end are warm because of the circulation of love.
In our next report, we travel to Yuanling, Zhanghua to meet Tzu Chi volunteer Huang Yongxuan, whose life has changed for the better after he begins to practice recycling. Here's more.
Striving to cut carbon emissions, Huang Yongxuan of Yuanling, Zhanghua bikes to and from work while collecting recyclables along the way. Upon arriving home, he immediately changes into his Tzu Chi uniform and heads out. Huang then goes to collect and sort recyclables around the neighborhood alone.
The planet is heating up, so we need to recycle to reduce the amount of trash we produce.
Having served for nearly 2 decades, Huang has cultivated a strong bond with his Dharma family and checks on them often. It is thanks to Tzu Chi that Huang has restored happiness to his family. His wife once suffered postnatal depression. Having to support his family and care for his children alone, Huang used to throw things to vent his frustration.
His temper is much better now. I like it a lot that he is doing Tzu Chi.
He is now closer to us and not as distant as before.
Now more well-rounded, Huang has also inspired his wife to join Tzu Chi too.
Thanks to the support and encouragement of the sisters at the recycling station, my wife has become happier and has slowly begun to recover.
At the recycling station, we have such a good time together, and that makes me happy inside.
Now, the husband and wife happily practice selfless giving together and are finding enlightenment in the process.
8 years ago, Tang Lan, facing a failed marriage, lived a life of despair and on numerous occasions thought about ending her life. One day, however, she happened to turn on DaAi TV and realized the value of the blessings she already had in her life. Now a committed recycling volunteer, Tang Lan has also introduced her daughter to the practice, and together they're renewing their Bodhisattva vow every day.
I put my foot on the railing and then suddenly heard a voice inside me that asked, for those not even afraid of death, does death still hold any meaning? I then removed my foot from the edge. My husband is someone who doesn't listen to others. Slowly, our personalities became more and more different and we began to drift apart. Soon after, we began to argue and cause pain with our words. 30 years ago, I was loved by my parents, friends, and relatives. I could never have imagined I would have ended up in a relationship like this. I would withdraw into myself, into those feelings. I couldn't deal with it all. It is not the world that changes, but our hearts. When our hearts change, blessings follow in its wake. After hearing this Jingzi aphorism, I thought to myself, since I have no way to change my environment, then I will work to change my heart. Through recycling, she can learn to have fewer desires and be content with what she has. She's also learning that through our daily actions, however small they may be, we can help those around us.
Next, we join an inventor in Pingtung, Taiwan that invented a wood chipper to turn branches and twigs into compost suitable for farming use. But first, we head over to Malaysia's Kuala Lumpur to visit a large recycling station inside an expensive housing community in Kapon, where Tzu Chi volunteers are holding a grand opening celebration.
Here in Malaysia's Kuala Lumpur, the Desa Park City Recycling Station in Kapong sits on a 10,000 square feet plot of land donated by a local entrepreneur. An organic farm is also part of the recycling station.
This is something money can't buy. Seeing the bitter melon grows makes me so happy.
Besides giving their time and effort, the volunteers working on this farm have learned much from the past 4 months of labor.
Tzu Chi taught us about environmental conservation and how to safeguard the earth. Today we did it.
Together, Jian Cilu, director of Tzu Chi Kuala Lumpur and Selangor chapter, and Dato Yang Shenzhen, donor of the plot of land, plant a tree. The rest of the participants water a Bodhi tree, symbolizing that collectively, love can purify the earth.
This is the first time I have been part of such a meaningful activity. I began with doing recycling at home.
The 13 years I was in Japan, I did Tzu Chi. Then when I went to Australia, through a friend's connection, I reconnected with Tzu Chi and its recycling efforts.
With so much love pouring into this recycling station and the organic farm, the harvest of these vegetables is sure to encourage more people to adopt a meatless diet and do their part to safeguard the earth. Meanwhile, someone in Taiwan has come up with a better way to deal with useless tree branches.
When tree branches are cut off, farmers usually burn them. I thought there could be another way. Why not grinding them up for compost? That's how I came up with the idea.
Knowing that farmers are worried about the air pollution caused by burning the tree branches, Zhang, who manufactures farming equipment, came up with this machine and its subsequent versions to help.
This machine is especially built with subtropical trees in mind. The blade, the screen, and makeup of the machine are all patented. It's an upgrade from the first model. The third model will have a wider mouth, and users won't have to pre-cut and separate the branches first.
Using these wood grinds as fertilizer on fruit trees has shown to be beneficial for this organic mulberry farmer.
We use less manure now because of the wood chips. It's really like killing two birds with one stone.
Grinding up tree branches and turning them into compost, this natural fertilizer is a perfect way to nourish plants as well as protect the planet's resources.
We go back to Taiwan at the end of the show, where the DaAi Kindergarten in Tainan organized a recycling event for students and their parents. Besides getting some hands-on experience in sorting recyclables, educators also pass on eco-friendly concepts. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for tuning in. Goodbye.